Explain to me how the infinite can be bound. How the maker of all could fall to the ground. You call him divine, but he wept and prayed. How does the creator seek to be saved? Born from a womb, fragile and weak, yet you worship this man. What truth do you seek? 3 in 1, your logic divides. The eternal is whole, not fractured inside. Bow to a figure nailed to a wooden frame. How does the immortal endure such shame? A man emerged bloody, frail and small, yet you crown him the creator of it all. The heavens can't hold him, the skies are his throne, yet you shrink him down to flesh and bone. From the cries of birth to his final breath, you glorify a man who succumbed to death. Prophets were sent with a message so clear, but you turn the words into what you revere. The all-powerful doesn't submit to loss, so how can your savior be stuck on a cross? Bow to a figure nailed to a wooden frame. How does the immortal endure such shame? Man emerged bloody, frail and small, yet you crown him the creator of it all. One true God with no rival, no peer, no son, no partner, his dominion is clear. Scripture declares he is not like man, yet you build your faith on a mortal's plan. You kneel to the cross where a body was laid, but eternal truth will never degrade. A mortal wrapped in robes of deceit, who walked on the earth with dust on his feet. Eternal life belongs to the Most High, not one who suffered and was left to die. A man born screaming, drenched in blood. Now you call him your born screaming, drenched in blood. Now you call him your. Explain to me how the infinite can be bound. How the maker of all could fall to the ground. You call him divine, but he wept and prayed. How does the creator seek to be saved? Born from a womb, fragile and weak, yet you worship this man. What truth do you seek? 3 in 1, your logic divides. The eternal is whole, not fractured inside. Bow to a figure nailed to a wooden frame. How does the immortal endure such shame? A man emerged bloody, frail and small, yet you crown him the creator of it all. The heavens can't hold him, the skies are his throne, yet you shrink him down to flesh and bone. From the cries of birth to his final breath, you glorify a man who succumbed to death. Prophets were sent with a message so clear, but you turn their words into what you revere. The all-powerful doesn't submit to loss, so how can your savior be stuck on a cross? Bow to a figure nailed to a wooden frame. How does the immortal endure such shame? A man emerged bloody, frail and small, yet you crown him the creator of it all. The infinite creator, beyond time and space. No human construct can take his place. So we ask, and we'll keep asking still, how can the Almighty bow to mortal will? The Lord is eternal, perfect, divine, not a man in the flesh, but forever sublime. Explain to me how the infinite can be bound. How the maker of all could fall to the ground. You call him divine, but he wept and prayed. How does the creator seek to be saved? Born from a womb, fragile and weak, yet you worship this man. What truth do you seek? 3 in 1, your logic.
Testing my mic, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I hope I'm loud and clear. Yeah, I think I should be loud and clear. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Welcome to yet another live stream from the Muslim Apologist, and I'm your host, MENJ. Remember the name, it's not MENJ, it's not MENJ, it's not MENJ, it's not MENJ, it's MENJ. Welcome to yet another session of my live Q&A session. Although, to be honest, I'm actually a bit under the weather, so to speak. So I'm not sure how long I'll be around. I might not even go more than a few minutes. I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. And it does seem that there aren't that many people in the audience right now. So perhaps I guess people had forgotten that we're supposed to have a live stream today, and also I was a bit late actually in starting the live stream, so that could be a contributing factor in why there's literally no one in the audience, with the exception of one, or now it has increased to 2 people. So I guess some are coming into the live stream, but yeah, I'm actually feeling a bit under the weather, and also unfortunately my webcam died on me just a few minutes ago. I really cannot explain why that happened, because yesterday I had a video session with someone, and it was working perfectly well. So I really can't understand why today, when I was setting up for this session, my webcam suddenly died on me. So I guess it's just meant to happen. And yeah, after the show, I will go to the store and get a webcam. But so for now. I will be camera-less, so to speak, and you'll just see me as a disembodied floating logo. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think and I don't feel like doing a live stream today, actually, to be honest. But I mean, if anyone wants to come in and wants to share their thoughts, sure, by all means, do come into the live stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to welcome people into the live stream. Okay, so let's see. Say hello in the audience. If there's enough hellos or highs or salams in the audience, then yeah, we can continue this for the next few minutes. But otherwise, I just might have to just end the live stream anyway. I guess it's partly my fault because I started quite late. I was supposed to start about an hour ago, but unfortunately, due to some incidences here, I could not come to the desktop on time. So that is why the audience is quite low. Oh, this Brother Cyrus again. Yeah. Walaikum salam warahmatullahi. Brother Cyrus, always good to hear and see you, mashallah. So as I said earlier on in the earlier part of this live stream, I might just end it. I might just end the live stream in a few minutes, because we're not getting the crowd that I was expecting, or that I'm hoping to get. I mean, when I say crowd, I don't mean 10 or 20. I just mean like 5 or 6 people. Okay, but we're not even getting 5 or 6 people here right now. So I just might end the live stream earlier. In any case, I don't mind, because I didn't promote the live stream because I was so busy with work and other issues. Okay, and yeah, I just to share some things with the audience, with some of you who are already here. There's about 3 people right now watching this live stream. Okay, that's great. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so I'm not sure whether we should continue this. I just come on because, well, this live stream has been scheduled for the past 3 weeks, so 4 weeks. So it's unfair for me to just simply cancel it or anything of the sort. So I just thought, yeah, might as well hop on and see what happens. That's the nature of live streams. Okay, so so like I said, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Also, for the past several weeks now, I've been busy with work and stuff. I'm also working on developing several important Islamic related websites. Okay, there's this website that I'm developing which will host a lot of PDF documents or ebooks right? Books that are very specialist in nature and that you won't easily find them in one place, but I am gathering them in one place. Yeah, so that's one of my important projects, which this project, by the way, has been stored for the past 10 years. Okay, I've had this domain name for the past 10 years, and I wanted to build this for a very long time. But due to many reasons, personal and professional, I couldn't do it. I couldn't focus on it. So it is only now that that I feel that the timing is right to start this project of mine. It's a passion project of mine that you know that I've always wanted to work on. Yeah, so that's on the table at the moment. Also, I'm planning to revive some websites which I've left abandoned for the past several months now. Due to an incident in the middle of last year, I had some financial difficulties, so I couldn't focus on building websites properly. So you see, I have to understand that I'm not a coder. So usually what I do is I will hire designers and coders to develop the websites. Due to that financial difficulty that I experienced last year, two websites which I was supposed to launch then could not be done on that particular time period. So everything was stalled for the past several months now. I think finally this month I can say that I'm financially sober now, alhamdulillah. But that being said, I still need to, I can't just splurge money and and work on these websites immediately. So it's going to take a few more months before I feel confident of putting on money on these websites, and get these websites developed. So the first site that I will redevelop is ismailfaruqi.com. Okay, so this has always been something which I've always wanted to work on, and it was workable last year, but it's just that some idiot decided to hack into the website and everything disappeared. So I have to redo it again or get it redone again, which I don't really mind. It's just that it's costly and it takes money. I'll figure that out, I guess. Also, the next website that I will be working or getting developed is orhuma.org. Something that has been around for a very long time, around the same time as that wife beater has been around. Okay, the wife beater knows what the website is. If you ask him, you know who I'm referring to. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that website up and running. Another website that I'm thinking of doing, but I have not yet decided on whether I should redevelop it to the format that I wanted, that I want for the previous two websites that I mentioned, is MENJ.international. Yeah, so MENJ.international is the official website of the Muslim Apologist. So I'm thinking maybe if I have extra money or some time to focus on that, I might get the design. I might get MENJ.international redesign and be in a more appealing format, because right now it's very basic. I mean, the site is functioning. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's not appealing enough to those who might want to come there and read material, because first of all, there aren't much material on it. Secondly, the design is really unappealing. I mean, it's basic. For me, it's functional, but to others, it might not be appealing enough. Okay. And thirdly, there aren't many things on it apart from transcripts, and even the transcripts are not complete. I mean, there are a few videos here and there with transcripts. My goal for the website was actually to have all, or at least the major videos that I have uploaded here on this channel to appear on MENJ.international with transcripts. So for those who are too busy to watch the whole thing, let's say a 1 hour video, if they're too busy to watch that kind of, to spend that much time to watch such a video, then they could just visit the website and look for that particular video in question, the title that is, and just read the transcript, right? And that's much more faster than having to sit down and watch people, talk for 1 hour, right? Or listen to people speaking for 1 hour. But the problem with that is, it's just that, I mean, everything that I do is a one-man show. So it's just me, myself, and I. So, I'm actually very occupied. You see, I'm very occupied, and that's very. It's going to be very time-consuming for me to maintain such a database of videos. Okay. Also, I'm also another reason why I want to redesign MENJ.international is because I want to expand its function beyond simply being a repository for my videos and its transcripts. I want it to be more of a critical, perhaps even a news editorial site, similar to the Muslim Skeptic. So that may be the path that I will go with MENJ.international, but let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, so anyway, before I start the stream, with the intro video, as you guys are, those who are familiar with this channel are probably aware, someone has asked a question. Okay, let me see. Okay. So I'm not sure whether he's a Muslim. Okay. Hey, bro, I have a question. How does one as a Muslim respond to the Christian objection that Allah created Christianity? even the statement is ridiculous. Okay, Surah 33:55 and Surah 61:14, which can also be considered with 4171. Allah created Christianity. Oh wow, okay, that's stupid. I mean, that's a stupid statement. It's like saying that Allah created Buddhism and Allah created Hinduism. Okay, why stop at Christianity when you can go further and say, oh, maybe Allah created the pagan religions as well? Yeah, Allah created Hinduism, Allah created Buddhism, Allah created Jainism. Yeah, so Allah created the pagan Arab religion, Allah created the Yahwist religion, the Yahwism religion, the worship of Yahweh and his wife Asherah. Okay, I mean, that statement itself is faulty. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to continue with the second part. The conclusion will end with saying that if Allah created both Islamic and Christian theology, he contradicts himself and thus cannot be God. Okay, I think I know where this is going to. So the answer is simple. Okay, the answer is simple. Allah created us, mankind, with free will. Okay. If you read the Quran, it clearly says that Allah created the mankind and jinn to worship him. Okay, I've only created mankind and jinn only to serve me. Okay, I mean, this is a Quranic verse. Okay, this is Quranic ayah. Okay, don't ask me for. Unfortunately, I can't remember. I don't ask me for the reference number at the moment. I can't recall. Sorry, you need to look it up. Right. So, but Allah Subhanahu wa Taala also created us with free will. Okay, the right, or the not the right, sorry, the ability to obey or disobey him. Okay, so Allah has given or Allah has sent down messengers throughout the ages, right from Adam alayhi salam right up until Noah alayhi salam, right unto Abraham alayhi salam, right up until David, Solomon, all the prophets of God, right up until Jesus alayhi salam. And in all this time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the opportunity for man to repent and come to God, obviously there will be men who are born with free will, who will rebel and who will go against God. So that is the nature of man, to rebel against God, to not recognize the Creator, to be weak-willed, and to disobey God. Okay, whenever if they feel that it does not serve their common interests, so to speak. That is what happened to the pagan Quraysh of Mecca. They knew that the Quran was something miraculous that no humankind, no man could ever compose. But they still reject the Prophet ﷺ anyway. And why was that? Well, it was probably because it was their ego or their self-interest, etc. We don't know. We can't judge them. But yeah, I mean, that should give an indication as to why, the pagan Quraysh rebelled or go against or disbelieved in Islam. And it's the same thing with those during the time of Jesus alayhi salam. So Jesus alayhi salam came with the message of the Injil, which is basically to repent and believe in the one true God. There will be those who rebel against him. There were people who rebelled against him. The Pharisees, the Sadducees were against him. Okay, they tried to kill him, and there was an attempted crucifixion. Okay, there was an attempted crucifixion. But as we know in the Quran, he was saved. In the Gospels, it's not so clear. Okay, of course, the Christians reinterpret it to mean that Jesus Jesus died on the cross and he was raised from the dead. Okay, but that's a different story for that's a different topic. But in any case, there were Christians. There were those who were the followers of Jesus who did not believe that Jesus died on the cross, right? And they still believe in the one true God. So, the statement that Allah created Christianity, Christian theology as we understand now, is incorrect, because there were also those who did not believe. There were those who claimed to be the followers of Jesus who did not believe in the current Christian theology as we understand today. So, the timeline is that eventually Paul came into the picture and corrupted the religion of Christianity, the religion of Jesus, and called it Christianity. And at the same time, there were also those who believe in Jesus and his true message, but they were scattered throughout the Roman Empire, and they themselves were being persecuted, so they could not do anything to go against Paul's theology. So those who have heard at the time, those who hear of Paul's theology, if they believed in Paul's theology and disbelieve in Jesus' message, well, that's their problem. Okay, so to speak, that they do not want to believe in Jesus' message. They decided to believe in Paul, so that is their problem. Okay, that is between them and God. All right. So those who remained with Jesus, steadfast in the religion of Jesus, who believed in the one true God and that Jesus was the Messiah, but not a divine man, who believed that there will be the last day and that there will be a coming of a prophet called Ahmad. Yeah, he will be saved. They will be saved. So it's not a question of whether Allah created Christian theology. It's a matter, or it's basically a choice between choosing disbelief over belief. Yeah. So it's nothing. So the fundamental premise of this particular question is actually faulty, because it seems to assume that everything that we do, our free will is already is created by God, because God forced it upon us or something like this. But this is basically out of course God knew this would happen. Yes, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all knowing, the all mighty, would obviously know where this was heading, but he had given us, or he has given them, the choice to decide on whether to follow Paul or Jesus. So they decided to follow Paul. So why is Allah being blamed for this? Okay, this is a cheap cop out. Okay, because this assumes that Christian theology is fundamentally correct. When we look at the timeline, we know that this is not true. So you need to understand. Basically, this is about timelines and understanding the chronological events that led to the establishment of Christian theology. So if any Christian were to try this little trick on you or anyone else, all you need to ask them is simply this. So if Allah indeed, let's say, assuming that you're right and that Allah created both Islamic and Christian theology, okay, and that he contradicts himself, why is it that the Christians had a problem coming to this theology until 300 years later, and they only decided that the Trinity consists of Jesus being homoousios, or being the same as the Father, the Son being the same as the Father, at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD? Why was it not decided much earlier? So what happened between the first century when Jesus, regardless whether you think Jesus died or was resurrected or was raised, when Jesus ascended to the heavens, and to the time of the Council of Nicaea? What happened in between? Did Christians truly believe in the Christian theology as we understand today? Or were there disputes among them? Or were there misunderstandings among them? Or were they literally at each other's throats? Just ask that question to the person who made such a silly conclusion, and let's see what that person answer. All right, that will be my my take on it. Yeah. So anyways, okay, so I just wanted to answer that because I feel that that's a very important thing question to answer. And yeah, so we'll continue with the show, but yeah, I'm going to have to play, as usual, I'm going to play my intro. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oops, I kind of lost it. Where's my intro? Oh, okay. Here it is. Yeah, so cue in intro. Yeah, so I'm back again. Yeah. It seems that the crowd has grown larger now. It seems that there are more people in the chat as well as in the viewership. Previously, there was only like one person watching the live stream. Now it has increased to 4. Yeah, I just want to inform everyone that I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so I don't know if I could, extend the stream to 1 hour or more than 1 hour as I usually do for these live Q&A sessions. I might just take questions, Q&A. I mean, we'll still go on with the show, obviously, because I'm here. I might as well do that. But I'll just take in questions in the chat, all right? Because honestly, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. And also my, another thing, for those of you who have just joined, my camera died on me today. So unfortunately, I can't show my pretty face, okay? So I don't feel comfortable, speaking when my camera is not functioning at all. It just happened a few minutes ago. So, okay, so before the stream started, okay, so yeah, it's nobody's fault. Okay, so yeah. So I'll just take in questions from the chat, I think, and then if the questions dry out and nobody asks any more questions, I'll just end the show. Okay, I think this is the best way to go about it. At the same time, I don't need to switch on the camera or spend too much time on the live stream either. Okay, yeah, feeling a bit off today. Yeah, my throat is hurting. I guess the signs of a flu. Yeah, all right. Okay, so okay, I'm going to read the comments. Okay, let's start with Brother Cyrus. I got to actually hear the argument. Just stating the verses that Christians take out of context doesn't help. Yeah, exactly. The argument itself fails, as the Council of Nicaea and Constantinople were decided. Yes, exactly. That was what I mentioned, right? It's not just that. It's the chronology as well. It's the chronology of Christian theology. Okay, so it's not like Christian theology as we understand now happened immediately with a snap of fingers during the time of Jesus, or when Jesus ascended or was resurrected, whichever you want to position you want to take, and was not on earth anymore. Okay, Christian theology did not exist immediately after Jesus left Earth. Okay, it was Paul who introduced the idea that man can only be saved by the blood of Jesus, and that took what, 3 centuries to decide. Okay, so no, the answer is no. God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, did not immediately allow for Christian theology to happen. It was by the willful nature of man, by their nature of weak willness and being deceived by Satan, the accursed, that led to the development of Christian theology. So the position, that premise where it says that all created Islamic and Christian theology, that premise is faulty, because it assumes that Christian theology was immediately available during the time of Jesus, or that it happened immediately after Jesus ascended to the heavens. Okay, so no, that premise is incorrect. Okay. Dean Response did a good job against this argument. Okay, I think whoever this Eric is, he's an idiot. Okay, I think that's really dumb. Okay, it's a dumb argument, really. These Christians really come up with such creative nonsense, right? Another creative nonsense that I can think of, which Christians are trying to popularize, is the Islamic dilemma argument, where he says that, where they say that the Quran confirms the Bible. That's also another stupid argument, because because the Quran speaks, even on the surface, is enough to just simply demolish it, because the Quran says that Jesus brought the Injil, singular, not Injils, plural. Okay, and how many gospels do we have now in the Bible? We have 4. So if we are going to follow the Quranic injunction, we can only follow one gospel. So which gospel do we need to follow? Do we need to follow Mark or Matthew or Luke or John? All right. So we can't follow all 4. The Quran clearly says that it's singular. Okay. So I asked this question to that Awang Hitam Avery, I think. Yeah, I did ask him that question during our debate, and he didn't reply. He diverted the issue, and in fact, I'm going to edit a video soon, and I will upload it on my channel, inshallah. Oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to upload it. I will upload that video on my channel very soon, and I will deal with this question once and for all. And I noticed that some low-level Christian apologists repeat this claim all the time. Yeah, this idea that this Islamic dilemma nonsense. Okay, there's no dilemma, really. There's no dilemma at all. Okay, so but I'm digressing. So let's see. This is my hardcore fan, Dread Inside. Assalamualaikum, bro. I'm on my way to judo class. Ooh, judo. Listening to you while driving. Yeah, great. Okay, happy judoing. Selamat berjudo, brother. Okay. Okay, let me see. Next point, I guess. Allah in the Quran says that the apostles of Jesus, you mean the Hawariyun of Jesus, become dominant. Okay. Objectively, the apostles who became uppermost believe in the resurrection and divinity of Jesus. Yeah, you need to show evidence that the Hawariyun, the 12 apostles of Jesus, or 11 of apostles of Jesus, believed in the resurrection and divinity of Christ. There's no evidence proving this statement at all. Yeah, there's no evidence at all. That the assumption that the apostles of Jesus believed in the resurrection and the divinity of Christ, like Paul, is disputed and can be disproven. Okay, so we need to question that position. Okay, that is what the Christians say about the apostles of Jesus, the Hawariyun, but that is not correct. Okay, it is not correct. Like the brother Cyrus says, point 1 is incorrect. Yeah, the position is totally incorrect, because that's not what the apostles of Jesus believed at all. Okay. Christians may stress this since Paul's theology became dominant. Well, yeah, after a long struggle of 3 centuries, it was only then that Paul's theology became dominant. Yeah, due to political reasons mostly. Okay. Again, you need to read the timeline and you need to understand Christian history in order to come to this conclusion. Obviously, if I were to lecture about this for 1 hour, it's not going to be enough. Even if I lecture about this for 6 hours, it won't be enough to explain how Paul's theology came about. Okay, you need to go out and read some material on your own time, and then piece the details together and come to that conclusion. Yeah. But what I will tell you is that Paul's theology did not come in a matter of seconds. It came throughout years and years and decades of wrangling and political Machiavellian even incidences. Okay, and it only culminated in the so-called conversion of Constantine the First. Yeah, that was actually the beginnings of Pauline theology as a political force. Okay, so yeah, so it but to reach that point, it took 3 centuries. 3 centuries to reach to the point that Christian theology is at today. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to read the comments. Okay, let me see now. Okay. Oh, okay, Fighters is here. Hi. Truth here. Okay, I know who you are, Truth. I was the one who asked about Surah 9 verse 29. Yes, I know who you are. Last time you said you will investigate Surah 9 verse 29. Okay, first of all, I will need to apologize to you because I have been so busy for the past 1 month or so. So unfortunately, the research is still ongoing. Okay, so what I've done is that I've asked an acquaintance in Jordan to look up for information with regards to the jizya, and he's looking it up now, but he's also a student, so he doesn't have much time to, he has exams and everything going on, so he has his studies and everything else, in his life. So obviously he's not going to have much time to spend to go to the library and look for all these references, which are, by the way, in Arabic and written by scholars, just as you requested, from the original source in Arabic. Okay, so I've asked him to look up for that information, and hopefully I will have an answer for you next month. Okay, so I myself have also been busy as well, so I did not push him. Okay, I understand that he is busy and I was busy as well. In fact, I'm still busy. It's just that, since I've done this, I'm doing this Q&A session. I've already scheduled this Q&A session early, so why not just, continue with this live stream. Okay. Where is the StreamYard link? Let's continue the discussion. You can leave your remarks in the chat box. However, I won't be bringing anyone onto the live stream, I think, because I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I think my voice should give that away at the very least. So I won't bring anyone on. But since I've already scheduled this live Q&A session, therefore I'm still proceeding with this. However, the questions that I will answer will only be those in the chat. Okay. Oh, brother Oliver. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah, brother. It's so good to see you, mashallah. So good to see you. I mean, it's not often that I see you in my live sessions, mashallah. So it's good to see you. Okay, let's see. So if you have any questions or anything you want to communicate with me about, just leave it in the chat, because I don't plan to go beyond 1 hour, 1.5 hours. It depends on on the number of questions that I get and how many people want to listen to me answering those questions. Okay, I mean the more questions I get, then the more time I will spend being here, right? But if there are no questions and if nobody is going to ask anything new after, after a certain point of time, I'll just end the stream. Because, yeah, like I said, I'm a bit under the weather now. Yeah, okay. Probably it's a flu. Oh my God, my nose is stuffy too. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so okay, so Brother Silas says that Ibn Abbas said, I think this one Tafsir Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas said that those who believe at the time of Jesus has been risen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the victory of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam over the disbelievers. Yeah, I think he's referring to the verse which says that the followers of Jesus will be victorious. Yeah. So that particular verse saying that the followers of Jesus will be victorious, okay, in some tafsirs, does not mean the followers of Jesus during the time of Jesus. Okay, it refers to those who believe in Jesus' message, who believe in the gospel, one gospel, singular, okay, who did not believe in Christian theology as we understand, as we know of it today, and who believe that Jesus, is not God, he's the Messiah, yes, but he's not God, he's only the one true God, okay, and that there will be a point where this theology, this strain of theology, which says that Jesus was the Messiah but not God, and that Jesus called or Jesus preached for the worship of the one true God, and that Jesus prophesies the coming of Ahmad. These followers who believe in that, they will be victorious. Okay, so yeah, so and this doesn't limit the followers of Jesus to that particular time period either. It goes and extends to the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the only people that fits that description are Muslims. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, yeah. So when the Muslims have pretty much conquered Persia and the Byzantine Empire, etc., this particular verse is actually fulfilled. Yeah, I mean, who else has done this? Who else have defeated two great empires at the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who else have done this? No one else. So it's the Muslims, and this verse is talking about the victory of the Muslims. Yeah, it's not talking about Christians during the time of Jesus, because the Christians at the time of Jesus, politically they were weak. So how is it even possible for them to be victorious? Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, excuse my voice and my coughing. Yeah, it's starting to show now, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to take some medication soon. My nose is stuffy too. Okay, yeah. So okay, fighters. Let's talk about beating wife in Surah 4 verse 34. Oh dear, not again. Muslims always claim that beating is light and not painful. Do you think this is logical? I've already answered this. In a video on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, instead of me talking and hurting my throat, because right now I'm developing a sore throat as I'm speaking, and I'm starting to cough and wheeze and suffer from a stuffy nose. Okay, instead of me having to answer this again, I'm just going to play a video that where I've addressed this issue, and which Apusi, a posted prophet, asked the same question. And let me see now, where is the video? Okay, give me a moment, I need to find that video. Where is it now? Yeah, give me a moment and I'll play that video. I'm sorry I can't answer the question right now because I'm feeling under the weather, like I said. I found it. Okay. Okay, so present video. Share screen. Share screen. Yeah, I found it. So yeah, this is the video. that I'm referring to. So this video answers your question. So let's listen to it together, shall we? It's about 8 minutes.
You got it. Apostate, or I should say, Muslim apologist. This is for both of you. But first, Chris G asks AP. Around half of the people on the planet identify as female. What do you think about how women are treated under Islam? And then after AP responds, I'd like to hear Muslim apologist as well. Go ahead, AP.
Islam is obviously very discriminatory and very oppressive towards women. This is a universally known fact. I mean, everybody knows that Islam is definitely not the ideal religion for a woman. You don't want to be a Muslim if you are a woman. Some people do become Muslims and they often end up regretting it. Others maybe like it because they have such tendencies. Maybe they're happy, I don't know. But Islam is very clear. The Quran says in chapter 4, verse 34, that men are in charge of women and that women must obey, that if they fail to be obedient, men can discipline their wives, including reprimanding them, separating beds, and finally beating them. Islam allows this, the Quran allows this, and it's said that women are deficient in intelligence. He said that they come in the shape of a devil, because he couldn't resist the sight of a woman walking outside, had to relieve his sexual pressure at home with one of his many wives. Muhammad had 11 wives at one point, married a child, and so on. And of course, we have the hijab, which is supposed to be a tool that keeps Muslim women in check at home, hidden from the public, behind the scenes. Men are in the front, women are in the back. There is no equality. There is no chance for equality. Women are subdued, and that is completely archaic.
This one coming in from, MENJ didn't give you a response. Go ahead, MENJ.
Sorry, you're supposed to give me an answer, right? Yeah. So I was actually half expecting this topic to come up. So I think I've already talked about it at length in my debate discussion with Randolph. Yeah, so that was a very I think that was very clear actually on how Muslims Muslim women are treated in Islam. So or whatever said that Mr. Aidemir said just now was rubbish. Okay? It's just absurd. Okay. So in Islam, we honor and respect women. Of course, I mean the Prophet himself said, the heavens is at the feet of mothers, and I mean I haven't seen a mother being a male. Okay, so. Women are, given, a position in Islam, a role in Islam. Okay, you see, in Islam we have gender roles. Okay, a man is supposed to do this, certain things, and they're not supposed to do that. Whereas a woman is supposed to do certain things, and they're not supposed to do that. Okay, so I mean, this is natural. Okay, this is a natural order of things in any human society. But it's just that Western liberal secularism, they, seem to think that women, should be given, roles which are supposed to be for men, and it affects the family unit. Okay, so men, as I've said before in my debate discussion with Randolph, man is basically the leader of the household. Okay, leader of the family, whereas women are the role leaders and the lead person in the household. I mean, this is a role that we have been assigned with. So I mean, Western secular liberalism, of course, they would disagree with this, but have you ever seen a woman walking bare-chested on the streets? Okay, compare that to a man walking bare-chested on the streets. So what do you think would happen? See, so even in Western societies, women are not given equal rights, because if a man can walk bare-chested on the streets, why can't a woman walk bare-chested on the streets? So there's gender roles. I mean, this is acceptable. Okay, and regarding 434, okay, Surah An-Nisa, verse 434, about the so-called beating. Okay, basically there are 3 steps. Okay, towards that. Okay, the so-called beating is used as a last resort, and the beating is conducted with a miswak, which I have here. Okay, is this little stick here? Okay, Aidemir. So are you actually afraid of this little stick Okay, I mean, this is in the hadith. I mean, you like to search for hadith, right? Why don't you look for the hadith where the Prophet said that you're not supposed to hurt the woman, your wife, and you're supposed to, beat her with only a miswak? Okay, why don't you look it up right now?
Find me
And read
that.
it out to us.
Find me that hadith. Find me that hadith.
I
one is it?
can't
Tell
do that
me the
because
source.
my laptop is not working. I mean, it's not working properly right now.
You
so
will not
maybe
be
you
able
can
to
do
tell
that.
me the source because it's not there.
It is
That is-
there. You just,
that is-
you
that is-
just look for. Right now, I'm just using
that
it
is-
as a back scratcher.
That is an
You are
interpretation.
you are
You read-
afraid. You are afraid of my back scratcher. Okay, this is what you are afraid of. Okay? This is what we use.
This is
According to
such
Surah An-Nisa,
horrible-
according to Surah An-Nisa, verse 54, this is what you use to beat your
Excuse
wife.
me. No, the Quran doesn't say any such thing. The Quran only says
It is in the hadith. I'm not saying that
Quran-
it's in the Quran. It's in the hadith.
You just
Okay.
said that. The Quran just says beat them, and you're making a mockery here by saying, "Are you
Because
really
the
afraid of this?"
the Prophet
So you are
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tells us to use this. Okay, you can check.
You
the
are-
hadith.
you are authorized to beat women with a stick, and you are
You're afraid
making
of this
a
little
mockery,
stick. You're afraid of this little
mockery out of it by saying, "Are you really afraid of this?" Ha ha ha.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Education, because you have nothing
It
informative
sounds
to say
like
because you are an idiot.
MENJ.
James, can you please let me answer the question? Okay, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Okay.
I have no
The
respect
fuckface
left for you.
interrupted
You're a
me.
bastard.
Yeah,
You're
sure, you're a
Jeez.
fuckface.
All
you're
right.
an
We gotta let
ugly,
him at least
idiotic
speak. You
bastard.
gotta
Yeah, you're a
really give him a
moron.
chance to
You're a
respond.
fool. Okay, you're a fool. Okay, you're just a liar. You're a carrier
Yeah.
Islamophobe. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me answer the question, right? Yeah, I have zero respect for you anyway in the first place, right?
I don't care if you have respect for me or not. You follow a
Please,
stupid
let's- I
ideology.
need- let's-
You
let's
are
do-
stupid. You
I wanna
defend
give you a chance.
stupidity.
Sorry, James,
You
can you,
stand for
can you
stupidity.
interrupt and let me?
Stupidity
I wanna give you-
radiates out of your stupid face. That's what you are. And
All
that's what you
right,
stand for.
all right. I want to give you a chance to
You
respond.
spread hate.
This
You
one-
spread
this
hate.
one-
Hate is all you
Hold on.
stand for.
All right,
Hate is what you
gentlemen,
do.
all right.
Insulting people
guys-
on their basis, on their religious groups is what you do. You are a piece of shit.
You're afraid of the miswak. Let's not forget that. Okay.
But sadly, we're going to have to continue the torture fest of having to watch this guy, apostate prophet, do live streams with that face that a mother has a hard time loving, that makes you cringe and makes you want to beat yourself into repentance for even watching him, and then having to hear him stumble and stammer over his words. And yet this dude here gets thousands of viewers. He's a miracle. Let me tell you why. He's proof that miracles take place, even though he's still an atheist. Hopefully not for long, because he's a proof miracles occur. He's a miracle because someone like him who can get thousands to watch him, that's a miracle. And for the fact that he can be married, someone would love him enough and marry him, that's a miracle. So there's hope for you guys. If he can get married, you can get married too.
Oh my god, I really enjoyed that video of mine. I mean, I know it's featured. I mean, I was the one who's in it, but that always gets to me. Each time I see Apusi's face being frustrated with the miswak and me scratching my back, and yeah, and that last video, especially when the wife beater was saying things about him. That's just so hilarious. Yes, mashallah, that's so hilarious. I need some entertainment in my life, and this is really great entertainment. Yeah. So by the way, I hope that video answers your question, Fighter. So please don't come at me with your polemics about Surah An-Nisa verse. Verse. I'm sorry, I forgot the verse now. I'm not that feeling well. Yeah, that particular verse. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So. Or else I'm just gonna have to come at you with my back scratcher. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, verse 34. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so that deals with that question. Okay, that deals with that question. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So we have already dealt with Surah An-Nisa verse 34. Yeah. So please, yeah. I hope you get the message. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm still looking for new questions to answer. Yeah. Keep laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing all the time at these people. This ridiculous of these people. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So do ask your questions if you have any new questions. Please do ask them. Yeah. Yeah. Not feeling. Yeah. I'm starting to feel worse now. But that mild entertainment just now helped me weather through the sniffles. Yeah. So okay, let's see now. Okay, let me see now. Yeah, I'm still waiting for someone to ask a question. Okay, let's see if someone's going to ask. Okay, let me see. Fighters. How are you going to discipline an arrogant wife with like beating? She will laugh back at you. Well, I guess if she's going to laugh at you, then you might as well just divorce her, right? That's not. Then it doesn't involve beating anymore. Yeah. So the situation is for a disobedient wife to repent and come back to you. That's just common sense. If that arrogant wife is going to laugh at you, even before you administer the miswak on her, then obviously she has no respect for you. And why are you still married to her? You beta male. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, right? So different case study, by the way. Yeah, so you can't simply apply 434 here. It's not going to work. Obviously, it's not going to work. Okay, yeah. So as I mentioned in that video that I played just now, 434 is for a different context, a different case study. If let's say the wife doesn't even want to listen to you even before the 3 steps are taken as per verse 434, then why are you trying to even perform verse 434? Yeah, there's no point anymore. You might as well just divorce her. Okay, yeah. As Brother Sider says, several stages and finally divorce. Yeah. So yeah, so like I said, different case study. Yeah, different case scenarios. Yeah, Christians basically, they are not even allowed to divorce. Yeah, technically speaking, Paul forbade divorce. Sorry, Jesus forbade divorce, and Paul reaffirmed it somewhat. Okay, yeah. So in fact, Paul said that women are supposed to be obedient to their husbands, no matter how abusive the husband is. So yeah. Whereas in Islam, if the husband is abusive to the wife can go through divorce, can ask for a divorce through a judge. Yeah. Christians do not have that option. They're not even, in fact, the man is not even allowed to divorce his wife. The wife can't even find a recourse or a way to be divorced. Okay. And in fact, this was the reason why Henry the Eighth, if you know your church history, your English history, you will know why Henry the Eighth, he decided to break away from the Pope and form his own church, which is now called the Anglican Church. Okay, so there was a reason why the Anglican Church was formed. I'm not going to go into that history. Just look it up and yeah, tell me why the Anglican Church was formed. Yeah, you will know why. It's related to this. Okay, so yeah, so I think okay, I'm going to just play. Okay, this is not a question, this is a comment. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so if there's any questions, yeah, let me know. Yeah, exactly this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that he can divorce. Yeah, because Christians weren't allowed to divorce. It's a recent phenomenon. I mean, Christians divorcing today is in violation of church understanding. Okay, of church instruction, of even Jesus's commandment to never divorce your wife. Okay, so or at least how the church interpreted, or how the early Christians interpreted that is. Okay, when I say early, I don't mean the 1st century Christians. I meant the Christians during the time before the Reformation. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, divorce was forbidden among Christians. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I will not comment on this, but this is quite personal. Okay, so anyways, yeah, please try to refrain from making personal attacks. Okay, I will not condone it. I mean, I will not. I mean, I understand why you made the comment, but please try to steer away from that. Right, I understand why you made it, but yeah, let's be a bit honorable to our guests here, and let's have the moral high ground. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see. You're asking this question. Okay. This polemic. If Muhammad made Aisha feel painful in order to discipline her, Muslims should follow the same way. Am I right? The answer is no, because there was no such situation where the Prophet ﷺ had to discipline her. So your premise is already wrong to begin with. Okay. All right. So yeah. So in fact, the hadith that you mentioned had nothing whatsoever to do about being disciplined. Yes, nothing whatsoever to do with Surah An-Nisa verse 34. Nothing to do with it. It's a different, again, it's a different situation, a different scenario, which doesn't even involve beating, okay, or wife beating or wife discipline, whatever you want to call it, okay. All right, so no. Okay, so if anyone has any questions apart from these two polemics which I've already answered, feel free to ask your question. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I might be ending the stream soon. Okay. So just a heads up to everyone. So right now the live stream has been running for 1 hour and we have 2 viewers watching this live stream. Okay, 2 viewers is good. Earlier I had about 5 or 6 people watching this live stream. Yeah, I guess people are bored because they can only see a logo, a talking logo on the screen. They can't see my face here. I mean, my camera is not working. See, I'm trying to switch it on. Yeah, it doesn't work. See, my camera doesn't work at all. It's dead. I mean, it lights up, but it's not working at all. It just goes blank like that. Okay, so that was me trying to activate the camera. Okay, so okay. All right, so yeah, any questions? Feel free. This is a live Q&A session, anyways. If you have any questions, please leave it in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't be bringing anyone on to the live stream because, like I said, I just want to, you know, bringing people on will definitely extend the live stream longer than necessary. So, so I'm trying to keep the live Q&A short and sweet and more relevant to the topic. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the verse doesn't. I mean, let's see, fighter. If blah 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 blah. No, the particular verse, the particular hadith in question does not talk about wife beating at all. So this has nothing whatsoever to do with wife beating. Okay. I think brother Silas has already tried to explain this to you many times. Yeah. Okay, so okay, this is, I'm not sure who this question is for, but I got whipped when I was in secondary school for being disciplined. Now I'm an adult, I'm not dead and alive. I'm in a judo class right now. Does that mean my teacher is evil? Good question. Yeah, yeah. Christians, I think Christians have no discipline because they fear corporal punishment somehow. Maybe it's the trauma of having to watch their man God die on the cross. I don't know, but yeah, I kind of find it strange actually that when Christians, the modern day Christians, when they are faced with issues such as this, such as punishments, or involving corporal punishments, or something which requires not just beating but anything else that involves a crime and requires punishment. I find that modern day Christians seem to try to prevent any form of punishment to happen whatsoever. Yeah. However, they do have this tendency to bully someone, to throw someone. If, let's say, person A, okay, was arrested for, let's say, for something like let me see, something like robbery, for example. Okay, some of them can be, and let's say that person was released because there was no evidence that can be found against him or her. Yet the Christians, I find that this is very prevalent among modern day Christians. They will still hound that person for doing crime, robbery, even though that person has already been released and was never charged for that particular crime in question. They will still haunt that person. They will still throw that person and bombard that person with all sorts of nasty comments, telling the person to repent. Repent what? From what exactly? Because the person was not charged or was not indicted for the said crime that you accuse him of. So they try to arrogate themselves to become judge, jury, and executioner. Okay, when that person A was allegedly involved in X crime, but has already been released and was basically cleared of said crime, they will try to hound that person and accuse that person, basically guilty before presumption of guilt. Okay, presumption of guilt. So, but when Muslims, especially in the Muslim world, especially when they try to enforce punishments, like for example, a punishment for, let's say, for halwat. In Malaysia, we have this law called halwat, where close proximity, where a male and a female, if they are caught, a Muslim male and a Muslim female, if they are caught together in close proximity, then the punishment is either by a fine, or in some states, in at least one state, whipping. Okay, if it happens several times. Okay, so you will find that in the comments, Christians, hordes of Christians coming into the comments and telling the administrator of the news, of the person, or the administrator who posted that particular news, telling the administrator that, oh, this Islam is this, Islam is violent, Islam teaches blah blah blah, Jesus tells us to repent, to love the sinner, not the sin. Blah blah blah. See, they try to prevent Muslims from going ahead with punishments for X crime, and yet at the same time they are also warned to troll or to accuse a person who has already been cleared of said crime by hounding him or her with nasty comments in another scenario. You see, so I'm actually confused. I don't understand which or what Christians are expecting, the Muslim world or anyone who wants to enforce punishments to do. Do you want us to go ahead with the punishment, or do you want us to let the criminal go free? But if you want the criminal to go free, why is it that when certain people are released because there's no evidence against them, you hound them and you accuse them of X crime and you tell them to repent? I don't understand the contradiction at all, and I see this happening so many times. Okay, I see this so many times. Okay, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, especially because X, there's a high number of Christians on X. Okay, so I really don't understand what Christians are expecting from this world. Okay, do you want us to do the punishments, or do you not want us to do the punishment? And if you do not want us to do the punishment, why are you accusing someone of committing X crime and expecting that person to to be punished for the X crime when that person has already been proven innocent of said crime. Okay, so I think this has something, because I've been looking this up, and I think this has some relation to the doctrine of presumption of guilt, and I'm going to share that page right now. Yeah, so presumption of guilt. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can share the screen. Oh, okay. Yeah. So presumption of guilt is okay. Wait, let me see. Can I make it bigger? Yeah. A presumption of guilt is any presumption within the criminal justice system. Yeah, which criminal justice system? That a person is guilty of a crime. For example, a presumption that a suspect is guilty until proven innocent. Okay. Such a presumption may legitimately arise from a rule of law or a procedural rule of the court or other adjudicating body which determines how the facts in the case are to be proved and may be either rebuttable or irrebuttable. An irrebuttable presumption of fact may not be challenged by the defense, and the presumed fact is taken as having been proven. A rebuttable presumption shifts the burden of proof onto the defense, who must collect and present evidence to prove the suspect's innocence in order to obtain acquittal. Yeah, so this is this system is actually used in, guess where? The Inquisition. Okay. So Inquisition, yeah, right. So yeah, so this is yeah. If you read this, you'll find that yeah, it's talking about the modern day version of presumption of guilt. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this actually goes against human rights, because this is not the doctrine that we are taught with in Islam. So in Islam, it's basically innocent until proven guilty. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, presumption of innocence. So if you look at, so this is the prevailing human rights position for the justice system today. So if you look Islamic law, okay, you'll find that in Islam, the presumption of innocence is fundamental to Islamic law. Okay, suspicion is also highly condemned. Okay, and Ali Ibn Abi Talib was also said to have made the statement, avert the prescribed punishment by rejecting doubtful evidence. So in Islamic law, you will find that someone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Whereas in Christianity, or at least for the behavior of modern Christians that I see online at the very least, it's the other way around. It's presumption of guilt is guilty until proven innocent. And this is their behavior right now. Okay. So yeah. So okay, so yeah, so this is what I understand from Christian behavior right now. Oh, brother Dia is here. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. All right, so yeah, if there's no other questions, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream anyway, because I'm gonna need some rest time. Yeah, I mean, the live stream has been going on. By the way, the live stream has been going on for about 15 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's going to be 15 minutes to the list. And there are 5 people watching this live stream. Okay, that's not bad at all. I mean, considering that usually I bring people online and people will talk and there'll be some interaction, but yeah, I'm feeling a bit under the weather and my camera is not working. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Yeah, that was when I switched it on and when I switch it off. Okay, so it's totally not working at all, right? So okay, so I mean, maybe there's a reason why my camera is not working at all. Okay, so it's probably a blessing in disguise. Okay. Brother Sydney, I've yet to come across one fully traditional Christian. Even my Palestinian Christian friends who are devout drink, eat pork, and scrap anything they hate, avoiding like liberal Christians. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. My dream is to come across one fully traditional Christian who doesn't deny Christian teachings based on what they hate, avoiding, or out of hatred to Islam, for Islam. I think you will find that those so-called traditional Christians are already Muslims. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so you won't find them remaining in Christianity for long. Even if you do meet them, I think it would be just a matter of time before they become Muslims, right? So because the Christians that we see today, they are all liberal, modern liberal, secular, westernized and inverted commas progressive thinking Christians. Okay, you see. So so you won't find traditionalist Christians anymore. At least not those who would remain in Christianity. Okay, traditional Christians are already Muslims. Okay, so yeah, you won't find, like I said, you won't find any Christian who remain with maybe I think the closest would be the Amish, but I haven't met an Amish in my life, so I wouldn't know. Because the Amish are those who are very traditional. I think they, at least they look traditional to me. They shun modern technology and they still use horse carts. Will you believe it? They still use horse carts in their encampments, and they don't use they don't have TVs, they don't have radios, they don't even have, obviously they don't have an internet connection. So I guess it would be impossible for me to meet one unless if I were to go to their villages and meet one myself personally. So yeah, maybe the Amish would be the closest to that description. But other than that, nah, I don't think you'll find traditional Christians. At least not those who remain in Christianity. Okay. You will find former traditional Christians who are now Muslim or maybe even Judaism, but not Christian, not traditional Christians within the body of Christianity. The liberal Christians, when you point out to them the hijab in the Bible, please don't go there. Yeah, they because they are afraid of what they will find in the Bible. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that liberal Christians even read their own Bible from cover to cover. They probably don't even know about Numbers 31. Okay, yeah. And I'm qualified to speak about it because I have read the Bible from cover to cover. Yeah. So if Christians want to accuse me of not understanding the scripture, they can't, because frankly, I have read your Bible from cover to cover. Okay, this, I guess I could relate this. I could relate to you, those of you who are here, my experience of reading the Bible. So when I first read the Bible, I was actually afraid of it because I thought it might be possessed by Iblis or Satan, laknatullah alayh. Shaitanur rajim, and I was afraid that the Bible might possess me and made me a murtad. Yeah, I was 18. You have to keep in mind, I was just 18 years old, okay, at the time. So what I did before reading the Bible was I recited Ayatul Kursi. because you know why a Muslim would do that, right? I mean, I think those of you who are Muslim, you understand why I recited Ayatul Kursi before opening the Bible and start reading it, and that's what I did. It was a KJV translation, so I did that. I recited Ayatul Kursi. I read it. I read the Bible. Took me about 3 or 4 days to continuously read it, and yeah, I was sequestered in my room, in my hostel room, because I borrowed the Bible from a Christian friend at the time. I just wanted to just read it and then I give it back to him, because I was afraid that if I were to keep it for too long, that Bible might possess me and turn me into something else. Because I wrongfully believe that the Bible had mystical or had black magic or something of the sort that can, convert, that can make people turn into an apostate. Nauzubillah. Okay. So yeah, my naivete at the time. Yeah, I was 18 years. Keep in mind, I was 18 years old. Okay. So I read the Bible. Took me about 3 or 4 days, non-stop reading, with some breaks in between, obviously for food and eating and drinking and salah and some rest time. But yeah, I was sequestered in my room. Took me about 3. It so happened that it was a long weekend, so I started reading on a Friday and I finished it on a Monday afternoon, I think. Yeah, I read it for 3-4 days continuously, with like I said, with some breaks in between. Okay. Monday was a public holiday at the time, so I managed to finish it. But then on Monday, after I finished reading it, okay, once I finished reading it and I closed the book, then I asked myself, is this a book that I should be afraid of? Is this something that, why did I even read, or why did I even recite Ayatul Kursi in the first place? I shouldn't be afraid of this. This is nothing more than a sirah, a perverted form of the sirah, to be sure, but it's still a sirah because it was written in the form of a history book. So why am I afraid of something like this? So it was then I realized that the Bible had no power over me. It has no mystical powers. It's literally just a historical account of the Jewish people, and in the second part of the Bible, which is the New Testament, is about Jesus, basically. That's it. So why am I afraid? Why was I afraid of this book? So after that day, after I finished reading it, after that moment, after that realization came to me, I became less afraid of it, I guess. You see, the more you know, okay, the more you know about something, the less afraid you'll be of it. So yeah, with knowledge comes power. And then eventually I started researching into the Bible, blah blah blah, and then fast forward several years later, I started buying Bibles. Would you believe it? Me, an 18-year-old at the time who was afraid of the Bible, several years later, in my 20s, I started buying Bibles. Today, at my 45, in my 40s right now. I'm in my 40s right now, so this was like 20 years ago, right? So 20 years later, I have a ton of Bibles in my house. I have almost every single version, English version that you can think of, the major ones, that is. So I have the ESV, I have the RSV, I have the NIV, I have the KJV, well, NKJV actually. KJV, I don't have that because I think that I have that in an online form. What I mean is the books, the hardcover form. So in hardcover form, I have the RSV, the NIV, the ESV, NKJV, I think. Yeah, I have that as well. I have a children's Bible. I don't know why they call it the children's Bible, because it's no different from the NIV actually. They just rebranded. I mean, the cover is they made it kid friendly on the cover, but the contents are still the same as an NIV, but they call it the KJV. Sorry, the children's Bible. I don't know why they call it. Don't ask me why they call it that. So the title is the title on the cover is the children's Bible. So I have that as well, which I used to write notes in it, and to put my post-its in it, and to make commentaries on the verses and highlight it and literally deface it. Okay, so that's my go-to Bible when I want to look at my notes and review it. And I also have the Arabic Bible. I think it's not the Arabic Bible in its entirety though. I think it's the Gospel of Luke. I think, yeah, the Gospel of Luke in Arabic. Okay, I have that. Okay, I have the Tanakh, which is the Jewish Bible, or basically the Old Testament. Okay, which was translated by Jews. So you will find that the Jewish translation of the Old Testament is slightly different from the English translation of the Old Testament by the Christians. Okay, so I have the Tanakh. I have three English translations of the Tanakh. Okay, so I have that as well. And then I have the Orthodox Bible. I have the Orthodox Bible. And I have a Catholic Bible. Okay, the Ignatius translation. So yeah, I mean, there's like what? How many Bibles that are there now? So I have like 5, 6 Bibles, and then I have 3 different versions of the Bible in the Malay language, plus 2 versions of the Bible in the Indonesian language. Okay, so yeah, so I have like about 10 Bibles in total. So that's a far long way I have gone. It's a long way I've gone since reading the Bible for the first time when I was 18 years old, when I was afraid of it. So from 0 Bibles when I was 18 years old, now I have 10 Bibles, 10 or more versions of the Bible in my 40s. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a huge shift. That's a huge paradigm shift for me, especially. So frankly, there's nothing to be afraid of the Bible. There's nothing to be afraid of from the Bible. Yeah, I mean, and frankly, I don't believe the stories of some so-called ex-Muslims who say that when they read the Bible, they became inspired and then they decide to become Christians. No, I don't believe that BS. I don't think they've ever read a Bible in their lives. Okay, what they probably know are things that they have learned from their pastors or from fellow Christians, perhaps even, or those who missionized to them, certain excerpts perhaps, and then they decided to convert, or perhaps they don't even decide to convert because of that. They decide to become a murtad because of other reasons as well. Okay, monetary reasons perhaps. So maybe for some unfortunate incident, maybe someone abused them when they were younger, so they have trauma. So they say, oh, because it's a Muslim who abused me, therefore I feel that I should leave Islam and go for another alternative, which is, and then they haven't decided on the alternative yet at the time, but then suddenly a Christian missionary comes along and say, hey, look, Christianity is the religion of love. So please come to Jesus. Jesus will die for your sins and save you from sin. So this particular unfortunate murtad candidate decided to, okay, since Christianity teaches this, so therefore it must be true, therefore I must be a Christian. So boom, there you go. You have apostate from Islam to Christianity due to ignorance. Yeah, due to ignorance. A good example of this, of such a person is actually what's her name now? Yeah, Ayan Hissi Ali. If you look at Ayan Hissi Ali's history, she claimed that she was abused as a child, and then because of that she left Islam. And yeah, several years later, she decided that Christianity is for her because she believed that Christianity enjoins liberal values, blah blah blah. It's a religion of love, blah blah blah, and that Christianity is not violent, blah blah blah. So she decided to become a Christian. Of course, it happened several years later, but the point is that she had a past. She had an abusive past, and she had trauma from that past. And due to her ignorance, because she doesn't understand Islam at all, she blamed the trauma on Islam. She blamed her abuser and accuses the abuser for associates the abuser with Islam, and therefore she thinks Islam is guilty, or it goes back to the presumption of guilt, right? She thinks Islam is guilty for causing her to experience that trauma. And then when someone from her circle, perhaps a Christian, came to her and told her, look, Christianity is blah, 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 blah. It does this, blah, 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 blah. Nothing like Islam, blah, 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 blah. And then Iron Christian Ali decides, okay, Christianity is for me. Pam, and she becomes a Christian. Yeah, just simply, without even reading a single page from the Bible. Okay? This is what I think happens to all ex-Muslims, alleged ex-Muslims who claim to come to Jesus, okay, yeah, because they think that Islam is false for whatever reason. Na'uzubillah. But frankly, I've read the Bible and I don't find it interesting at all. In fact, I think the Quran is far more superior in that. Okay, in fact, if you compare the Sirah, okay, which by the way is human reports, okay, or human accounts of the Prophet's life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you compare that with the Bible, you will find that even the Sirah is much more superior to the Bible. So it doesn't even come to the level of the Sirah. Yeah, and that's just the story. That's just the story, the storyline. Okay, I haven't even touched on the authenticity of the Bible versus the authenticity of the Sirah. The concept of isnad, the hadith sciences, the reports, the Kitab al-Rijal. How do we determine whether a narration is true or false? What are the criteria used to determine whether the narrator is a liar or otherwise? These things are not available in Christian tradition. Okay, it's only available in Islamic tradition. If you apply that sciences to the Bible, then the Bible is just a collection of dumb stories, okay, of hearsays, which are mixed with truth. Okay, falsehoods mixed with truth. Okay, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. So why should we be afraid of the Bible? There's no reason to be afraid of the Bible at all. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's my rant. And okay, so the live stream has been going on for about 1 hour and 32 minutes, and nobody's watching this live stream. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that because I'm going to end the stream anyways. Okay, thank you anyway for those of you who will be watching this in the future. Thank you for watching. And for those of you who were present in the live stream but has now left the live stream, thank you for coming onto the chat and leaving your questions and engaging in dialogue with me. I do appreciate your time for being here. I hope you will come back and review this recording again, or this live stream again. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to end the live stream if there are no more questions. Okay, so I guess one person has already joined the live stream. Yeah, but yeah. So if there are no more questions, I'll just end the stream. Yeah, and I'll let you go to your thing, to do your thing, because I obviously can't continue for more than 1.5 hours or more than 2 hours. I'm starting to feel lethargic as it is. And I've been speaking for the past 1 hour and 34 minutes. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So if there's nothing else. Oh, okay. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. How are you? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Yeah. So as I mentioned in my earlier live streams, in this live stream, okay, in the earlier part of this live stream, I won't be inviting anyone on. So I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I think I'm feeling the onset of a flu. Okay, so I'm actually starting to have sniffles, and my speech is starting to slur somewhat, and my voice is starting to crack. I'm going to have to take some vitamin C soon. But yeah, please go ahead and ask your question in the chat, and let's see if we can deal with it, inshallah. Yeah, God willing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so I'm still waiting for your question. Let's have a conversation in the with the chat. And unfortunately, I can't play my camera because whenever I try to activate my camera, it becomes like this. Yeah, I don't know why it's happening. Yeah, I think my camera is broken. Yeah, which is quite sad, really, because it was working yesterday. It was working fine yesterday. I don't understand why it has to break down now. But oh well, shit happens. Forrest Gump, shit happens. Okay, so Mike Mauzan. Okay, what do you think of Ibn Taymiyyah's fatwa on the Druze? Perhaps you could repost the exact fatwa of Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, on the Druze, because I'm not familiar with what he said about the Druze. Yeah, but my position on the Druze is that they aren't Muslim, and the Druze themselves don't consider themselves to be Muslims anyway. So it's a no-brainer. Yeah. Okay. So I would presume that Sheikhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah's fatwa, whatever it is, should be similar to my position. But you have to keep in mind that Ibn Taymiyyah wrote his fatwas in the 9th, 10th century. If there are divergent differences, it would be applicable to his point of time. Okay. But yeah, let's see what the fatwa is. With me, I would appreciate it very much, because I'm feeling a bit not feeling well at all, and I don't feel, I feel searching for something. Yeah, so yeah. Excuse my tardiness, but I feel like I'm going to be down with the flu very soon. On the coming upon me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My nose is stuffy again. Hang on, I need to blow my nose. Yeah, so if you will be so kind as to share the fatwa with me, I'll appreciate it. Otherwise, basically my answer would be that the Druze aren't Muslim, and the whatever Ibn Taymiyyah said would be similar to that. I presume it would be similar to that. Yeah, because the Druze don't consider themselves to be Muslims. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so if you don't have any other questions, that'll be I guess that'll be all. Let me see now. I'll give you some time to search for the fatwa. Otherwise, we can end the stream, I guess, if there are no other questions. That is. Okay. Let's see now. Let me find something on the Druze so that this information can be shared with everyone. So yeah, this is about the Druze. Okay, so the Druze are those who call themselves Al-Muwahidun. They are an Arab esoteric group who adhere to the Druze faith, which is a syncretic religion, and its main tenets are the unity of God, reincarnation, and the eternity of the soul. Okay, this is the most important statement here. Yeah. Although the Druze faith developed from Ismailism, Druze do not identify as Muslims. Yeah, this is the most important part. Okay, they don't identify themselves as Muslims. Okay, so if they don't identify themselves as Muslims, I think their position, whatever Islam has to say about them is pretty much should be within that paradigm of them being not Muslims. Okay. Right. Unfortunately, I can't see your link, so so I'm not sure where the link is. I haven't forbidden anyone from posting a link, so maybe it's YouTube which has censored the link. But in any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my email here. Sorry, let me share my email. Okay, so my email is here. So please feel free to email me and share the link with me, and I'll come back to it later. Okay. Yeah. Sure, I'll look it up. Or at the same time, I'll try to look it up later, but not now. Oh my God. Okay, I'm coughing. Islam Stack Exchange. Okay, I'll try to look for that particular post that you mentioned on Islam Stack Exchange. Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that Islam Stack Exchange isn't a reliable source because it's just a collection of opinions from many people. It's the same with Reddit and it's the same with Quora. Okay, I wouldn't consider them to be definitive sources. But yeah, I mean, it's fine if you want to share the link to me via email. Okay. Yeah, sure. I look forward to your email. Okay. Like I say, I'm not familiar with this fatwa by Sheikhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah on the Druze, so I wouldn't know. But my position would be that the Druze are un-Muslim, so doesn't matter what they believe, they are Muslim. Okay. It's like it's like you asking what is my opinion on what is Ibn Taymiyyah's opinion on the Christians. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be the same as that. At least to me, all right. Oh dear, sniffles are coming. Yeah, I guess it's official. I'm sick. Oh my God! And I'm supposed to go for a very important interview on Monday. Yeah, but don't worry, guys. I think this can be contained by a few tablets. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, because I think this is just a pre-flu. It hasn't developed into a full-blown flu yet, so there's still time for me to take some medication and prevent this from happening, right? And allow my antibodies to fight back, right? So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I should end the stream now, huh? It's already 1 hour and 43 minutes, and there are 3 people watching this live stream. Yeah. So what if I leave the live stream on until and for 15 minutes until it reaches 2 hours? I think it will look better on my record if this live stream was officially run for 2 hours. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah. So I'll just wait until it reaches 2 hours, the 2 hour mark, and then yeah, I'll end the stream there. Okay. Yeah. So again, I would like to apologize to those who have come in because I'm not bringing anyone on. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. As it should be obvious from my voice and my snifflings. But you can leave your questions in the chat, and yeah, I will answer your questions. All right. Druze grew from a heretical set. Yeah, as I know this, of course. Yeah, that's right. But I would say that if Ibn Taymiyyah give any fatwa about the Druze, it will be within the context of his time, perhaps even maybe during the genesis of the Druze. So whatever he may have said about the Druze would not be applicable now, because the Druze have the Druze religion has already developed into a religion of its own, and I guess the fatwa won't be applicable anymore. Okay. It's just like the Baha'is. Okay, even the Baha'is in the earlier stage, the Ottoman Empire had a fatwa against them, and tried to suppress them for their deviant views because they were still considered to be Muslims, okay? A deviant sect, or heterodox sect within Islam. Unfortunately, after a while, the Baha'i became more widespread, and by then it was already too late. And I think the Ottoman Empire fell around the same time, and by then it was already too late to prevent its spread, and it developed into its own religion, and therefore it was pointless to try to suppress them because they have already become distinct from Islam, and they don't consider themselves to be Muslims anymore. So yeah, we just let them be, and they are considered to be non-Muslims. Yeah, yeah. So if they are considered to be non-Muslims, then there's no reason for the Muslim authorities to clamp down on them. Okay, and yeah, so they develop into their own religion, and they're considered to be just another religion. So that's it. It ended there. Okay. Oh my God, I'm coughing. They are also a group who are quite antagonistic towards Muslims. See how they eagerly serve in the IDF and take part in the killing of Palestine. Yep. But not all Druze are like this, by the way. Not all of them are like this. I think it only happens in certain regions. I think Sheikh Aladdin can explain more about the Druze because, wow, mashallah, the Sheikh is here in the house. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. So, as I explained in the earlier part of my live stream, I'm not bringing anyone on because I'm feeling under the weather. I'm coughing and wheezing, and I think a flu is coming onto me. So, what I'm doing right now is to take questions or comments in the chat, and I will share them on screen, and I'll give my feedback. But other than that, I won't do anything else. And then once that dries up, I will end the stream, or I might even end the stream after the stream reaches the 2-hour mark. Okay, because yeah, I'm not feeling well at all. Okay, that's just that's the only reason why I'm going to end the stream once it reaches the 2-hour mark. Okay. Heretics are apostates whose repentance is not accepted. Yeah, exactly. Druze. Yep. 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 Druze heretics. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they consider themselves to be a separate religion anyway. So the point is moot, really. Okay. Yeah. The current group no longer identify themselves as part of Islam by their own thing. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Whereas the Ahmadiyya try to claim to be Muslims. Well, there is, I think there is a Pakistani edict which says that the Ahmadis or the Qadianis are not Muslim. Yeah, I don't like to use the term Ahmadiyya, brother. I would call them Qadianis. Yeah, so they are not Muslim. Yeah, the Qadianis are not Muslim. Okay. Yeah, but unfortunately, the Qadianis, they try to identify themselves as Muslims, and they even consider Mirza Ghulam Ahmad to be a prophet. Na'udzubillah. Okay. These people are crazy. Okay. So yeah, Sheikh Aladdin. The Druze faith originally developed from Ismailism, but they don't identify themselves as Muslims. So Sheikh, since you are here, I would like to ask you a question with regards to the Druze. So I just want to ask okay, question number one is, I know that there are Druze in Israel proper, or what is now considered to be Israel proper, but are there Druze living in the West Bank? Okay, that's my first question. Are there Druze living in the West Bank? And those who and if there are, do they identify themselves as Palestinian? Okay, that's my first question. My second question is, what is the current Druze stand towards Israel and Palestine? I mean, I know that there are Druze who serve in the IDF, but is this reflective of all Druze? And are there Druze who oppose Israel, who oppose Zionism, who oppose the occupation? Or if the Druze are 100% behind the occupation and behind the Israelis, and they stand by Israel and they reject Palestine? Because I'm curious to know what the current Druze stand is, if you know any, and if you know of the answers to these questions. Yeah, because the Druze are quite mysterious to me. And I would ask you the same of the Alawi, okay, or the Nusayris. Do the Nusayris have a similar stance as the Druze as well? So I guess that would be a third question. Do the Nusayris believe the same as the Druze with regards to their position towards Israel and Palestine? Do let me know. Okay? I hope you answer my question, Sheikh. Oops. I'm feeling something coming out. Sorry. Oh dear. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, as you can obviously hear, I'm not feeling well. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely not feeling well at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh well, yeah, shit happens. Okay, so yeah, I hope the Sheikh can answer my question. I hope he's still here. If not, then it's all right, Sheikh. You can answer my question later, inshallah, after the stream is over. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you, Sheikh. Let's see now. We have 4 viewers watching this live stream. Wow. Okay. Why is it that whenever I try to end the stream, there will be people who come in at the last minute? I don't get it. But yeah, but I'm going to have to end the stream. Okay, I'm starting to lose my voice, and my nose is stuffy, and I'm starting to cough. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Okay. And the biggest sect is the Sunni. Yeah, the Al-Sunnah wa Jama'ah. Right. Yeah. Who is the Shaykh? You just spoke to him. He's Aladdin. Yeah. So Aladdin is a Sheikh. Yeah. Yeah. He's knowledgeable and he's old enough to be called a Sheikh. Okay. Yeah. So this is my respect to him, in deference to his age, and not just his age, but also his ilm, his knowledge of Islam. Okay. I answered you twice, but my comment doesn't show up. Okay, that's weird. I mean, is there some sort of campaign against the Druze and the Nusayris in YouTube? Because I definitely didn't block you or anything. It's so weird. Okay, it's so weird. Okay, but anyways, I guess I'm gonna have to share my email to you. Okay, so this is my email. All right, so if you can repost, or if you can email me your answer to my email, that I would appreciate it very much. Okay, I really want to know the answer to the questions that I asked you. Okay. Okay, I definitely didn't block you, Shay. Yeah. Okay. I did it 3 times. I'm really sorry, Shay. I didn't block you. I'm sure I didn't block you. Okay. I mean, the fact that you're commenting means that I didn't block you, right? But I don't understand why your comment is blocked. Perhaps I think this is YouTube. Yeah, maybe they don't like the term Druze or Nusayri. Okay. So anyways, just email me the answers. Okay. Yeah, definitely I definitely didn't block you, Shay. I mean, why would I want to block you? I've never blocked you anywhere. Never in my life have I ever blocked you, Shay. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, YouTube does this at times. Okay, tell you what, Shay. I think I'm going to bring you on, but only you, Shay. Okay, because like I said, I'm not feeling well, so I can't bring everyone on. So I'll just make this allowance only for Sheikh Aladdin. Okay. I said that they're very close to Israel, with Israel and the Mufti meeting in Israel TV. Oh my God, really? Okay. Shay, I think you can come on and let me know about the Druze and the Nusayris. Even if you have any knowledge of the Nusayris, I want to know as well. Okay, because I can't join you. Sorry, it's so noisy. Oh, okay, it's fine. Then I guess I'll just delete my live stream. Delete comment. Sorry, I'll delete my comment. Yeah, because I don't want people to come onto the stream. Yeah. Let me talk to Aladdin. Well, you can talk to him in the chat. Nothing's preventing you from doing that. Okay. Basically, what I said, Druze eagerly take part in the idea. Yeah, I'm curious to know why actually. Mike is here. Hello, Mike. Should I bring you on because I'm not feeling well, honestly? But since you're already on, okay, fine. I'll bring you on. Hello,
hey,
Mike.
how's it going? I guess you're not feeling well, but
I'm not feeling well at all. I think you could hear me coughing and wheezing just now, right? I'm still wheezing. Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
These things happen. I thought bring on Aladdin. I've been on Aladdin before with Moonji, the perfect guy.
No, I'm not bringing anyone. I'm not bringing anyone on, unfortunately, because I'm wheezing and sneezing and coughing. So I don't feel that it's appropriate to bring anyone on. And besides, I'm going to end the stream soon. So I'm only bringing you on out of respect for you because you have already joined the stream. So I don't feel it's honorable for me to, if I were to leave you hanging or if I were to kick you out from the stream, it would seem disrespectful of me to do so. So that is why I bring you on. But I'm not going to bring anyone else. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can drop out and we can all go to bed.
Well, since you're here, we might as well have a short conversation before I end the stream. Since you're already here.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I don't know whether you answered this before, but I'm actually curious to know what your religion is. Did you say you were an atheist or a Christian? I don't remember. I don't recall.
I am an atheist.
Oh, really? Of what strain? Because atheism has many strains.
I didn't know we had many strains. I just don't believe.
Well, there's a traditional atheism which does not believe in God, but pretty much accepts the existence of all religions. And there's also the new atheism strain, which rejects all religions, don't believe there's God, and considers all religions to be evil. So which strain are you?
Well, I don't think all religions are evil. I'll go with the old school one. I'm not the four horsemen. I mean, I like. It's funny. I never heard of Christopher Hitchens until I started interacting with Muslims, and they're like, "Oh,
really?
Like the new atheist." Like,
there's new atheism.
There's
exactly. Yeah, there's new atheism. So as you, I presume you already know who the four horsemen are.
Christopher Hitchens, Sam.
That's
Harris,
one of them. Sam Harris,
Dawkins,
yes. Dawkins.
Yeah.
And one more. The last one is Dennett. Dennett. Yeah. I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Dennett. Yeah. Daniel Dennett, right. I think. I don't remember.
I was raised as a Catholic. I went to 12 years of Catholic school. I was an altar boy.
Okay.
Probably about 14, 15, sophomore year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You start to question,
All right.
The Old Testament, Numbers 31 when, forward where Moses is ordered to kill all the women and children.
Okay. Fair enough.
And you start to think, well, that doesn't seem very godlike if it's a merciful God and stuff.
Okay.
So then I started reject religion, and now I've read the Quran. I've read many hadiths, And,
okay, so which translation? Yeah, I'm curious to know which translation of the Quran did you read?
I've read the Yusuf Ali's translation.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. That's not a bad translation. Okay.
Right.
What else? Any other translation do you read?
Mohammed Assad.
Okay. Assad is a bit more. He's a bit modernist, but it's basically sound. Okay.
Yeah, he was a Polish Jew who converted in I think 1920.
Right.
Wrote the Quran. That was given to me by a member of CARE. I don't know if you know in America.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know who CARE is. Yeah.
Council of American Islamic Relations.
Yeah, because American Islamic. Yes, that's right. Yeah, they're very strong in the activism. I heard in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah.
I've met Hassan Chibli. I don't know if you know who he is. I'm in Florida.
I don't know who that is. Oh, Hassan Chibli sounds familiar. Is he with CARE?
He was, and he got in a little trouble. His wife, who wanted to divorce him, posted a video saying he had abused her, and then some girls came forward saying he kind of manipulated him to religious.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but I think I've heard of him before. I think I've come across him before. The one I'm most familiar with from CARE is Ibrahim Hooper, actually.
Yeah, Ibrahim Hooper, right? Doug Hooper.
Yeah,
he's their.
Oh, his name is Doug. I didn't know what his previous name was, so I only knew him as Ibrahim.
He's a white guy.
I didn't know it was Doug.
Kind of looks like me.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I know of him. I know of him, but I've never actually. Oh, I didn't know that. That's news to me. Yeah, so I guess there's some new information there.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. So the reason why you left Catholicism was because of Numbers 31.
Well, among other things. I mean, obviously, if you read the entire Bible, you know, it's obviously full of self-contradictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any particular point from the Bible that stands out, which really makes you feel that that God doesn't exist, or that God must be evil, or I must live this belief system that I this religious belief system that I'm adopting right now. What actually compelled you to decide to leave Catholicism? Because there must be a trigger point somewhere, right?
Well, like I said, I think not forbidding slavery was a bad idea when Jesus was coming into the Passover, and Peter drew his sword to strike the ear off the high priest's slave, and Jesus, miraculously, kind of super glued it back to his head. I thought that would have been a good time to forbid slavery. Again, if you go back to the Old Testament, there's many times where Allah or God or Yahweh, however you want to call him, calls for the genocide of people. Again, Numbers 31 forward. That's Moses and the Medinites. There's the Hittites. There's a whole bunch of heights.
Okay. A whole bunch of heights, huh? Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I think your reasons are fair enough, and I would say that these personally, I there are some things which I don't feel a strong enough compelling reason to leave a particular region, but hey, that's your position. And Numbers 31, that may be a good reason to consider rejecting the Bible. But apart from these, I mean, what would be your understanding of God? And if you don't believe that God doesn't exist, then how would you explain our existence, our reason for living, our raison d'être, as I would put it, for our existence. What is our purpose on Earth apart from just, you know, inhabiting the planet and eating, sleeping, drinking, and dying on the planet?
Yeah, well, there doesn't have to be any greater reason for that. That's just what happens. You know, what is the great reason for a palm tree that grows for 100 years and then dies and falls over?
Well, a palm tree has a purpose. I'm pretty sure you know your biology. A tree, when it grows, it gives out, it sucks in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen. Yeah. So I would presume that would be the purpose of a tree. Yeah. And also it maintains the environment and influences climate change, etc. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So I don't have to lecture you on sciences. I'm pretty sure you know more about science than I do. Yeah. So I would say that's the purpose of a tree. But what would be our purpose of existence?
I don't think there's any purpose to our existence.
So you think mankind are just here just to inhabit the planet and to destroy it?
Well, I hope we don't destroy it, but that is a possibility.
Yeah, I'm just joking on the last part, by the way. I'm just joking on the last part, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? Yeah.
Right. So what is the purpose of a squirrel?
Well, I can think of many purposes of a squirrel. Yeah, I mean, it collects nuts, right? Why does it collect nuts? To feed itself, and there may be extra nuts that it collects which falls to the ground, and if the nuts fall down to the ground, then a tree grows from it. It maintains the ecosystem. It's the same reason why bees collect pollen, and then at the same time it collects pollen for itself. It also contributes to the environment. So I would say even an ant has a purpose in its life. It collects, it does what it does, and then it maintains the ecosystem. It brings in other dead creatures. It eats the dead creature, and then decomposition happens. I think you are very much familiar with that science. So it maintains the ecosystem and ensure that decomposition doesn't affect the environment, etc. So I would say every single living thing on this planet has a purpose. Yeah, even the bees have a purpose. Even an ant has a purpose. Even a dog and a cat has a purpose. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of it that way?
Well, sure. Of course, bees have a great purpose. We're rightly concerned about the elimination of bees, how we'll pollinate things and whatnot. It's funny you said the dogs have a purpose.
Yeah, even the dogs have a purpose.
Didn't Muhammad order all the house dogs killed?
To answer your question, we need to look at the history behind that incident. There is the hadith which says that the Prophet ordered dogs to be killed. The context of that incident was that there was a prevailing plague at the time. So to cull the disease, the Prophet ordered the dog to be killed. The particular strain of black dog to be killed. Yeah, so this is my understanding from that hadith. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. I've never heard that there was a plague at the time, and he was snuffing.
Yeah, there was a plague, and and also at the same time, the Prophet ﷺ ordered quarantine for the first recorded instance of what we know today as quarantine. So he prevented the people of Medina to leave their homes, and he did not allow anyone to enter the city of Medina. So so this was the first recorded instance of quarantine.
Okay. I'll have to look into that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think of the hadiths where an angel won't enter a house with pictures or a dog?
Yeah, that's a separate incident. So a dog went into the house, and then Jibril, the archangel Jibril, or Gabriel refused to enter the house, and the prophet asked why that is so. And he answered, because the angels does not enter a house where there is an idol or where there's a dog. Yeah. So, but that doesn't relate at all to the incident of the prophet.
Sure.
Ordering the deaths of ordering the killings of the culling of the dogs. Yeah, there's a separate incident. Yeah. So, what that particular hadith that you mentioned about the archangels, Gabriel's refusal to enter the house is simply that dogs and idols are things which the angels would stay away from. Yeah, that's pretty much what the message is about. Yeah, it's nothing to do with hating dogs or culling dogs or out of wanton reason without a compelling reason to do so. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my take.
Sure, I get there two separate incidents. It just kind of equates to me when I'm thinking of dogs. I thought it was strange.
Yeah, I know there is this polemic going around where I understand. Yeah, but I mean there is this polemic going around that's spread by Christians mostly, who say that Muslims hate dogs and Muslims kill dogs at the first opportunity available. That's not true. Okay, so it's just that we are discouraged from keeping dogs. That's true. Okay, there is I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the four madhabs, school of thoughts in Islam, in Sunni Islam. Okay, Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali. Yes, the four schools. So the major school which I belong to, the Shafi'i school, forbade the keeping of dogs as pets unless it's for three conditions. So the first condition is for protection. The second condition is if you want it to guard the protection or guarding the house. Second is for hunting. Okay, because in the past people used to use dogs as a hunting animal. And the third reason would be as a guide, or let's say if you're using the dog for if you are blind and you need the dog to assist you, then yes, it's permissible. Yeah. So these are the only instances in the Shafi'i school, in the Shafi'i madhab, which allows for the keeping of dogs as a pet. Okay, but this is unique to the Shafi'i school. Okay, so in other madhabs, I think the Hanbali school is similar to the Shafi'i school, but in the Maliki madhab, and the Maliki madhab is the one of the older madhab compared to the other three. Okay, in the Maliki madhab, they allow for the keeping of dogs without any conditions. So those who have the Maliki madhab of the Maliki fiqh, they can or they do keep dogs as pets, and they don't have any problems keeping dogs as pets for whatever reason whatsoever. Yeah, so it's just a matter of differences within the schools of thought. Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm watching the chat. Aladdin said something. I told you last time. I'm telling you, and I repeat the same question.
I don't think he wants to talk to you. Yeah. But
it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, never mind. It's okay.
Thank you, Muslim Apologist. I think it's time for everybody to go to bed on the East Coast here in Florida.
What time is it now, by the way, in Florida? Florida, right? You're from Florida, right?
11:36.
11:36. Yeah. By the way, before you go, I'm curious to know what do you think of President Trump? Actually, what's your position about Trump? Because I find his recent statements is quite destructive.
Trump is getting crazy.
I'm starting to really despise him. So even more so than his first term. So I'm curious to know what the average American thinks of Trump.
Well, I'm a Republican. I did not vote for Trump in 2016. I voted for Gary Johnson as a libertarian.
Okay.
I did vote for Trump in 2020. I would have voted for Trump in 2024, but I was out of the state, and by the time I applied for a mail-in ballot, it was too late.
Okay.
Now you never know. I mean, he does these tariff things. I got about $200,000 invested in the market that I manage, and I was about to sell all my stock the minute.
Really? Wow.
February 3rd or 4th hit.
Okay.
It bounced back up, you know.
All right.
And then now he comes up with this crazy, we're gonna take over Gaza. Like I'm assuming this
it's not just Gaza, you know, it's also Greenland. He wants to take over Greenland. He wants to turn Canada into the 51st state.
He wants to buy Greenland, but yeah, there's been we've had several attempts at buying Greenland. I think Eisenhower wanted to buy Greenland.
Oh, okay. So there's a history behind it.
Yeah, there's a little history behind Greenland. It goes back to like when we bought Alaska, right?
Ah, okay.
When we bought Alaska for the Russians, it was called Seward's Folly. So there's a city in Alaska called Seward. He was the secretary of State.
If you don't mind me asking. If you don't mind me asking a historical question, why did the U.S. buy Alaska?
Well, it was mostly for the seal trade, I think. Right.
Okay. So, all right.
Right. So I don't know if you've ever heard the term "beat the rush."
Beat the rush. No, it's not a term that I'm familiar with. Okay. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people think it means beat like rush hour, right? Beat the rush.
Okay. All right.
The rush hour. Okay. But it comes from there was an American cutter ship, like a pre-Coast Guard back in the 1800s. Okay. And it was called the Rush. Right. And the Alaskan guys would try to get up to kill as many seals as they could for the seal trade.
Okay.
And before the Rush got up there to tax them, right? So that's where beat the rush comes from. So in the 1800s, right? The seal traders. I don't know if you ever read it's a short story by
I've read about the my history of the United States goes as far as the Civil War, and then some aspects of the Reconstruction era, and then the Depression, and World War I, World War II, I guess, and that's it. Nothing much. And then, of course, modern history. My knowledge of modern history comes as I have lived it since I was born in the 80s. So I have lived through. Starting from the first president that I was aware of politically was President Clinton. So from Clinton onwards, I witnessed history as he went on, right, until today. So my knowledge is that, yeah. Right. So I've gone through Clinton, I've gone through Bush Jr., I've gone through Bush Jr., Obama, Trump, Biden, and now Trump again. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's like 4 presidents. Yeah, 4 presidents, I think. Yeah. I mean, the first. I think I do remember a bit of Bush Senior, but I was very young at the time, so I can't speak much about him. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you like to read a lot, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. I try to.
It's I think it's Jack London, but if you want to read what's the name of the book?
Yeah, if you have any titles where I can look up and read on American history, so that I can be kept abreast of the past, feel free to share.
The Sea Wolf. It's a kind of a short story made into a book or something, but
Okay, all right.
It's a great, not a long read, but the Sea Wolf explains
the Sea Wolf. Okay.
The Sea Wolf.
Okay.
It's by Jack
okay.
London, who has many short stories and stuff.
Okay. I'll try and read that. I'll try and look that up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a relaxing read, but pretty interesting about how
okay. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Sure. I'll try and look it up. Yeah. I mean, like I said, my knowledge of American history is a bit sketchy. Even the revolution, I'm not sure what caused the American Revolution. I think it was about Texas. Yeah, something to do with Texas, and then the Boston Tea Party, and then that caused a ruckus, and then the colonies decided to be free from British rule, and then the revolution happened. But I don't know the details after that. And then I'm not even sure how the purchase of California came about. I know it was purchased from Mexico, but other than that, unfortunately, my knowledge of that part of history is really sketchy. And then I picked up, I started picking up American history from the Civil War onwards. Yeah, from Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln onwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Texas had anything to do with the Revolutionary War. We were still way far east of the Mississippi.
I think a lot of the states that you have now in the U.S. were not did not come into existence before the revolution, I think, and even after the revolution, right until the 1700s, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So some of these states only came into existence much later, right?
Yeah, and I mean Texas came into the Union. Texas is called the Lone Star State because it was its own republic at one point. Sam Houston raised an army to fight against Maximilian, I think, and break away from Mexico. But then James K. Polk, who's our 11th president, went down and invaded them and brought not only Texas, but you go all the way up into Utah and Arizona and stuff.
Okay. What about Florida? Was Florida always part of the Union, or he joined the Union much later?
By that time, I think Florida was the Union. Florida was obviously a Spanish colony.
Oh, okay.
And it went all, like DeSoto came up, from Latin America. And so Florida is Florida, which means land of flowers in Spanish.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It came up through, southern Georgia, across over into Louisiana.
Okay.
And there was actually a Republic of West Florida for like 2 weeks after.
That's new. That's new. Republic of West Florida. Can I look this up on Wikipedia?
Yeah, look up the Republic of West Florida.
There is short-lived republic in North America, 1810. Wow. Okay, this is new. Yeah, I didn't know this. Oh wow. Okay, it was annexed and occupied by the United States later in 1810.
Yeah, they only lasted for like 2 weeks. They put up a flag. They were like, after Louisiana purchase, they were like, well, we weren't part of Spain.
It says here it lasted for about 2 months, 2.5 months.
2 months. There you go.
Okay, all right.
It didn't last long.
Okay.
They sent down about 1,000 troops to quell it, and they took the flag down pretty quick.
I can't imagine. Okay, so it's interesting to discover these bits of information. Yeah, I guess I really have to brush up my American history. Okay, oh my God. I mean, you can ask me. I mean, my Malaysian history is quite intact, but my American history is really spotty. There are gaps in my knowledge.
There's a lot of history, man. It's hard to know it all.
Yeah, I mean, I like history, and I do want to know all this, but my time is these days are limited due to work and personal things that come, personal life things. I'm pretty sure you understand. So sometimes you don't get the time to read up on these and learn, you see, and remember and recall. Yeah. Recall this information. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to learn this history because we can always learn lessons from history, and history has a tendency to repeat itself. Yeah, it always does, usually.
That's what they say. Those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely a very poignant phrase. Yeah, something that everyone should remember. Yeah. 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 So yeah, if you have anything else, yeah, do ask me.
No, it's all good. You all have a good one. I'll
all right.
off.
Yes. Okay. Good to have you, by the way, Mike. So yeah. Sorry for keeping. Thank you. Yeah, sorry for keeping you on for. I know it's late. I know it's late in your area. So for me right now it's 12 in the afternoon. See, so it's almost 1 in the afternoon. So I think it's quite late for you. Yeah.
It's all good.
Should be 1 a.m. your time, I think. Almost 1 a.m. your time.
It's 12 to midnight. We're close.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's about the same. Yeah, I think I'm 12 hours ahead of you. Yeah. I'm exactly 12 hours ahead of you. Yeah.
All right. Cool, man.
Yeah. Or 13 hours. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mike. Always great to have you. Yeah. Hopefully you come again. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to end the stream soon. Yeah. So good. It was good to talk to Mike. Yeah. I think we should have civilizational dialogue with anyone, regardless whether they are Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, atheist. For me, it's always important to talk to them. I mean, even though I'm the Muslim apologist and I do criticize Christianity openly, and I do openly critique their theology and doctrines, doesn't mean that I close the door to dialogue. It doesn't mean that I don't give them the opportunity to talk and to speak and to understand their position. That has always been my principle of letting them speak and listen to their point of view. At the very least, you don't have to agree with them, but at the very least, we let them speak. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think wow, I think it's way past the time frame that I set for myself. I was supposed to end this at the 2 hour mark, but yes, already reached 2 hours and 27 minutes. And as Mike has earlier said, I'm going to have to drink a lot of fluids because I'm wheezing and coughing and sneezing, starting to sneeze now. Yeah, so it's time for me to say goodbye to all of you. So I do appreciate your coming here, you all coming here, and I do wish that this live stream could go far longer than 2 hours and 28 minutes. But like I think I'm going to have to do something about my my sore throat and my wheezing. So yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining this live stream. And yeah, if you have any questions or things that you want to ask or things you want to talk to me about, yeah, let's put a lead on it for now, and we can do it in the next Q&A, which I think should be next month. Okay, probably around around the last week of next month. Okay, the reason why I set the date for today, which is actually the first Sunday of the month, is because on the last Sunday of this month, I will be out of state. I won't be around to do any live streaming. So I decided to push it a few weeks earlier than the original schedule. So my live Q&A, for those who do not know, I always set it on the last Saturday of every month, and it's supposed to be on the last Saturday of every month. Okay, unless circumstances demand otherwise, I will always set it on the last Saturday of every month. Okay, in any case, just keep your eyes peeled for any live scheduling on the channel, and yeah, just set your timetables for that. And yeah, and you know, when I set the scheduling, there's always a place, or there's a button on the screen where you can actually set to notify. It says notify me, so just click on that, and YouTube will notify you whenever the stream is about to come on live. Okay, so shouldn't be a problem with regards to scheduling. So regardless whether I set it on the first Saturday of the month or on the last Saturday of the month, just make sure that you set the notification tab on or button on, and YouTube will inform you of the upcoming live streaming. Okay, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so the live stream has been going on for about 2 hours and 30 minutes, and there's one person watching this live stream now, as opposed to 5 people watching earlier. Okay, fine. I guess that's my cue to leave. So thank you very much for joining the live stream. Hopefully I will see you in a future live stream. And if you like my channel, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my video to everyone that you know. Inshallah, I'll see you again in a future live stream. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.